or my son goes through some things or he feels some things, I sit him down and let him speak, and I show him like I'm listening.
Okay, everyone, welcome to another episode of Young and Gifted. As you guys can see, this is the first time I'm recording 2 episodes in one night. As you guys can see, my chair is higher than my next guest chair because I need it to be level. I don't want somebody to be styling me up, on my own show. Tonight we have a special guest. Tonight we have a guest who has won 2 NBL championships with London Lightning. He played college basketball and he played basketball all around America. And now he's in London, Ontario, and starting their new business venture, the studio in London, which is a laser hair removal company, with his wife. Yep, Christina. Tonight we have Mo Bolden on the show.
My guy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Man. Been a while.
Yeah, bro. I'm happy that you finally made it because I know we were supposed to meet a couple times before and things just ended up happening and we couldn't really meet, and now we finally get to be here. And it's crazy because I feel like I've known you for a while, but we never really get to sit down and talk like this, So I think that this will be a really good opportunity for me, and I am humbled to be here and that he was interested in coming on the podcast and spreading some of your wealth, with it. So thanks for coming.
Yeah, man. I'm happy to be here too, man. Like I told you off camera, man, I've been watching you, seeing you do your thing. You most definitely been an inspiration to me. You and your brother the whole time, you guys having your businesses. I was just playing basketball and, playing basketball sometimes put you in the forefront of what people are seeing because of, the status or whatever. But I knew real life was coming at some point. I was always one of those players that was wondering what I was going to do outside of basketball, but basketball was just taking up so much time. I never had time for it, So, yeah, man, just to see you and your brother, I come here, I get my haircut, and then, some things happen down the line. Then I got to know you guys a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure.
Got a lot closer to you guys and started learning you guys' families and actually been to where you guys are from.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that was probably one of the first cultures I got to understand with the Trinidad culture.
Yeah, how was that though?
For me, it was very. I come from Jackson, Mississippi, so I was kind of be paranoid when I'm in new environments. Yeah, in a way. But Trinidad gave me I felt like I was at home for some reason. And not saying it was some stuff that was some dangerous places. It was some good places. Beautiful, beautiful place.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of times I knew I had to be careful. I knew I had to pay attention to who was around me, how I was presenting myself. You know how it is when you back home.
No, for sure. I feel like the thing with Trinidad, and I tell people here all the time, and if I ever speak too quick, just let me know.
No, do your thing.
Yeah. So I tell people here all the time is that in Trinidad, once you see someone who's about it, you could feel it. It's like you could watch them. And I've never been to America, but I'm pretty sure that it would be the same type of ways.
Everywhere you go.
Yeah, you could see somebody, he could be the prettiest person, and you could still feel it, and it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because okay, now I have to watch myself, just let me leave this situation before the situation get...
Right. But overall, it was a good experience, man. I got to do the clear bottom boat thing. I was nervous about that. I never done stuff like that before. To you guys, it's probably normal. I ate bacon shark.
Yeah, big doubles.
Doubles.
Yeah. KFC. The KFC in China is golden. No, KFC and Chinese food. Yeah.
No, KFC for sure. When I went out there, KFC was y'all had this little green sauce. What's the little green sauce?
In the KFC?
Yeah.
Pepper sauce?
Pepper sauce?
Yeah.
We don't got that.
It's
you
just
feel
green.
me?
Yeah.
So I didn't know what it was, but everybody was getting it, so I wanted to try it myself. So it was pretty cool, man. Cool experience, man. I didn't like the rain flies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I can't get those things out of my face. I'm tall, too, so y'all probably dealing with a whole nother...
Do you guys have rain flies?
Rain flies?
Yeah.
No, I never heard of those. And it's a lot. They swarm you.
Yeah, here there's none. Here, I never see rain flies here. But like Trinidad is like rainforest, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, so
yeah.
that's how we get like the kind of the weather that we get, and then the terrain. Like there's so much mountains and different animals, and
Right.
you know, like I talk to Jamaicans, and they amazed that we have monkeys and alligators and stuff in Trinidad. You know, it's something that I thought every island will have. You know, so that's the beauty with Trinidad. Other than the crime, Trinidad is such a nice place. You know?
No, it was like I would take family and friends there any day. Like I said, I was in two different. Like I said, I was talking to a person at the time that when we were dating, I was getting to see the culture as like where you guys are from. You know what I mean? It was like home, so I'm learning like the home culture. And then I also went over to is it like Tobago?
Tobago, yeah, that's where the glass bottom boat is.
Yeah. So it was just two different it was two different worlds I got to visit. You know what I mean? And I like both. Like when I was in Tobago, I was more wishing that I had like more of my people with me because I was experiencing such a good time. I was like, damn, I wish my mom felt this.
Yeah.
I wish my brother got a chance to see this on my son. You know what I mean? So that was on my mind a lot when I was out there. Even though I was having a good time, I was thinking of them the whole time. And then when I went in Trinidad, I forgot the name of the city or whatever, but you know, you with the family, you got everybody's chilling around, everybody's
like
kicking.
where you was, I think it was probably like Chaguanas. Was it Chaguanas or something?
Yeah, I wouldn't know. But it was just a good time. You know, we with the fam and everybody's kicking it, and it was kind of like being back home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody's kicking it, how down to earth everybody was.
Like the Avenue. Did you go to the Avenue for sure?
What's the Avenue?
The Avenue is like at night where everyone goes. It's like in town. But it's like a strip like Richmond Road, but there's like a bunch of clubs. So like but a lot of people, they stand on the street and drink.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of street drinking and...
I can say this, man. I was telling somebody this. It's kind of hard for me to be places because of my height. Like it's very underestimated. You know what I mean? Like people underestimate the fact, like the height thing. Because say I go somewhere, it's like I'm finna like guarantee to talk to like a bunch of people like right away. It's such an easy conversation starter to say, "How tall are you?" Or "Wow, you're tall." You know what I'm saying? And versus if you talk to a person at an average height, you got to go have a conversation. Like you got to approach them with something. What you going to approach them with? You know what I'm saying? So I end up talking to a lot of people, not saying I don't like people or whatever, but like I already know that's coming. You know what I'm saying? So it don't like...
It's different. I know. I understand what you're saying. I understand. I mean,
so
I don't
like,
understand.
if I was in Trinidad, imagine I was in Trinidad just walking down the street.
Because automatically people will be like, oh, you do this, you do that, you know, and they want to talk. And
they're like, basketballer.
Yeah. for sure, you know, and you're going to be one of the tallest people in Trinidad, for sure, you know?
Yeah.
So
like they were telling me, like, tuck my shit in.
Nah, you have to.
Yeah. It was crazy. And, like right soon I'll get off the plane, you know what I mean? So it just like it was a new environment. So it was just, I don't know, it get like a little bit, you're trying to have fun, but you also like, that's what I like about my life now. You know what I'm saying? I got away from all those things, that paranoid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not that I was doing anything or getting myself in any kind of crazy trouble, but like my friends were. You know what I'm saying? People, my family probably were. People in the neighborhood that I was friends with, or really close with, that protected me probably were. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that also mean that somebody else was doing something right on the other end. You know what I mean? We just not the only street guys outside. You know what I'm saying? So anything can happen to anybody. So I just kind of got paranoid growing up. So when I went to a place like Trinidad and they like, take your chain in, automatic, I'm like, all right, I'm having fun, but I'm watching everybody in here now. You know what I'm saying? It just made me like get on my street senses again.
But I would go to 1 second. Put your mic down like this one here, because that's watching the camera and I feel like it blocking your face.
Okay.
You know, but if you put it down here, it will still pick up your voice.
Okay.
Like down. You see?
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
You know, so that way you could see your face. You know.
Uh-huh.
But yeah. So like when I was younger, I'd go to like high school events, and at the entrance there will be like officers, and they'll give you a box to pay a chain in the box, and they give you a ticket, and when it's like code check.
What?
It's like code check.
You put the chain in though.
Yeah, because they don't want you to go inside with your chain.
Yeah.
For stuff to happen.
Nah, it's for real out there. There's...
You know, so they make you like check your chain in, and then you have a ticket that when you come back out, you get a ticket and you get a chain.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
heard about that.
Bro,
Like, ever.
it was different, but that's it. Like that school I went to was Digosec, you know, and it's a really good school, but the area, bro, and the thing with Trinidad, I tell a lot of people is Trinidad, like America had like a nice civil rights movement, bro. And yeah, America still have its issues, but everybody know that the issues there. So it to the so if the police kill a kid, everybody gonna riot. Be like, yo, we can't be. But Trinidad is different. We never went through that movement. So a lot of the times, police kill a kid, and the comments on Instagram or Facebook will be like, "Oh yeah, I'm sure he was a gangster," or "This is probably mommy nice boy," but nobody will hold the police accountable. You know,
yeah.
like just last year or earlier this year, there was a situation where police killed like these 3 kids in a car. You know, like 3 young boys. You know, and then something happened. I don't know the full story, but I think what ended up happening is that they realized that they was chasing the wrong people. What happened? Nothing. You know, so it's not like America that gonna be like, yeah, we need to see this
Right.
true, and then we're gonna have some Esquire, you call them, come out and fight for them. No, Trinidad is like, this person dead, he dead. You know, this
That's
thing
crazy.
happened, that it does happen. You know, it had no kind of, so a lot of the ghettos and stuff, it is just so is almost like if your grandfather who was a great grandfather who was a slave was to come back right now, he would know where everything is. You know, so he wouldn't go to this area and be like, "Oh, this changed." He would know where the grocery store is. He would know where the store is. He would know who living where. You know, he would know you, but he would know your parents. You know,
Right.
so and that's what Trinidad is like. Most of the people who live in houses, their grandmother used to live in the house and that kind of stuff. So
Right.
it's sad, and until even with the crime now, bros, until everybody realize that it's not us against each other.
Right.
You know, like me being in Trinidad, I was scared to be this funny, emotional person or this poetic person.
Same.
You know, because if I was funny, now I'm weak. It's like, oh, why you always joking? Let me target you.
Yeah.
You know, and so it was like, you know what? Let me hold up on the jokes, you know. And my mom used to be like, you should go poetry school, and I'll be like, no, I can't do poetry. I need to do something where that people could take me serious, you know. And it's things like that, but people who live in your area in the same situation, if you're doing good, take your chain or something so small, bro, your shoes. So it was just different, you know. And coming up here now, and when I came to Canada the first time, seeing someone walk on the phone, like downtown, was amazing to me. I was like, wait, nobody's seeing this. Nobody's seeing this, and everybody just walking by like it's nothing. I'm like, this person have the phone out, you know, and
Right.
that
That was for me too when I first got here. Like the whole walking thing, just everybody's out and about, just kind of like, I don't know. And it was like, I've been in other countries and stuff and played ball before I came to Canada. And I always wanted to move away from my hometown. But when I came to Canada, everybody spoke English. You know what I'm saying? So it was like the first country I came to that I can like actually be funny. I actually can, like I can say a joke when I was in Poland. They don't understand what I'm saying. They don't speak English.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just to be able to connect with so many people so fast from a different culture was like pretty cool to, you know, to me.
Yeah, for sure.
So people always ask me, why you choose London? I was like, I don't know, it's kind of like, this kind of happened. It ain't like I just sit here and be like, oh, I'm moving to London, Ontario. You know, but I have an appreciation for London, though, big time appreciation for London. And the people I've learned to love and be friends with and, you know, got the experience. It's all been a super blessing based off of where I come from.
But especially when it comes from places like that, I feel like London is the place where you could just kick it. You know? Like we could be here and not worry about somebody coming here right now, you know? Like we could you know, and it's so much value and peace, bro. You know, it's like you leave a place where it was like that and it was always busy. And now you come to a place where you could just kick it, bro. You could, you know, you and your wife could go for a walk by the river at night. You know, you might see a couple of crackheads, you know, but the harm of you
they be
losing
chilling.
everything.
Yeah,
you
even
know?
they be chilling.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, they don't really be on there. Like
Yeah.
people like no disrespect to the homeless people. You know, my dad was homeless, but like back home, if they homeless, they probably feeling like they up to something.
Yeah.
They have to be. They have to survive. So
They're
like they
hungry.
gotta make something. Like out here, it seems like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be rude or anything like that. But it seems like they just be high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the drug addiction, like it's like they be all right though. You know what I'm saying? I seen they be decent. Like
Yeah.
people are gonna be like zombies
Yeah.
when they in the
Yeah.
streets. Like
Yeah, because a lot of people are homeless in those countries. It's not even that they on drugs. A lot of them homeless because they're homeless. You know, but in Canada, it's like if you homeless, it's like you really want to be homeless. You
nah,
know, it's
real
because
talk. It's
it
kind
has
of
so much things in place for you not to be homeless. And again, if I'm not being, if I'm wrong, I would like for somebody to come and educate me because it's something that we all think, you know. But it's almost like a lot of people who homeless here, they just like, oh, I just want to do this, you know. It's a choice because it has so much things in place where you don't need to be homeless in Canada.
right.
You know?
No, for sure, most definitely. Like I mean, I be out in the community quietly. You know, so I be doing my thing with the kids. And I'm always helping people and talking to people, walking around. People that see me play before, they kind of like bumping into me all the time now because I live here now. You know what I mean? I go to the same grocery store.
Yeah.
I go to the school. My son went to school here for a year. My daughter's in daycare, so I'm bumping into people like on a regular. And they're like, "Man, you live here?" And I'm like, "Yeah." You know, they only see me on the court, and then I guess I disappear in their minds. But it's been like I most definitely see that Canada, the government as a whole, like I mean, I see people have a big problem with the government sometimes. I think all government's gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think that it should be like that.
Yeah.
That ain't my belief system. You know what I'm saying? For one thing, to be controlling all things and be able to push and pull when they want. You know what I'm saying? I think it should be fair across the table.
For sure.
But in Canada, I do see a lot of support from the government towards like things that I didn't think they'd even be support in. Like you said, the homelessness or someone that's a refugee or something that come over to Canada or somebody that's, I see a lot, like it got a big mixed culture here.
For
like,
sure, yeah.
They was telling me I had to take an English test to get a passport. And I'm like, I for sure speak English. I'm like, how did the person pass that don't speak English at all? They been over here, they got a house.
Yeah.
You know, they don't speak
doing their own
no
thing.
English though. You know what I'm saying?
Connects.
Yeah. So it just be like, it gotta be there gotta be a support system because every then you go to these different communities. Like I had a Portuguese friendship with a bunch of people, so I got to meet all the Portuguese people in the community, and like they got like a community center. You know what I'm saying? The Indians, I have a community center.
Yeah.
I don't know about people from Trinidad. I don't know if y'all got one here, but you know, these like the Chinese, I had or the Asians, I had a little community center or whatever, where they all kind of link up, or I don't know what they doing there, but it seemed like they have a portion of London, you know, versus like you don't really see like black people having a portion of like anything. We kind of just be scattered all over the place.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about it while you say that, and I'm like, it's sad, but I feel like a lot of black people just don't know where they're from. Right?
Yeah,
right. It's like Chinese, like you could be 16th generation Chinese
Right,
and know you're Chinese,
bro,
bro,
yeah.
you know? But for us, it's like...
You go to that restaurant, you're going to find some friends.
Exactly, you know? But for us, it's like, yeah, black, yeah, I might be Trini, but we can have a Trini restaurant, a Trini association, how small are gonna be? And then if we do a black association, it's like, yeah, it's gonna be good, but you know, it's gonna be like stereotype us, oh, they don't want white people here. It's like,
right.
So it's weird, but it's just because a lot of us just don't know where we come from, bro. And it's hard. Because what are you gonna do? A Black American Association?
You know? Like I don't even know what I am. You feel me? Like people always ask me now. Since I've been living in Canada, people ask me like, "Oh, what's your background?" And I just be like, I used to be like, I'm from US. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. And I think that like, as far as I know anything, bro, nobody ever told me about where our people come from at all. You know what I'm saying? I know that we live in like a native area. You know what I mean? And it really ain't no pure ignorance when I was growing up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like straight to the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad's side of my family was like the people who had like legit jobs. Not saying my mom didn't have a legit job and stuff like that, but we stayed out in like the hood. My grandma stayed in like I don't know, man. Like when we had a big event, everybody go to her house.
Yeah.
You knew you were safe for her house. Something go on in your life, you know what house to go to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go to my mom's house and you need us for a while, you must be really hurting. You feel what I'm saying? My grandma probably ain't let you in. You probably done did something crazy. She ain't messing with you. And then you gotta come to my crib and it's like, we ain't got no space. It's like 10 kids in this motherfucker in a 2-bedroom. Like we sleeping on top of each other.
So how much brothers you have?
I got
How much siblings?
3 brothers and 3 sisters. Yeah. No, it's Trey, Desmond, Craig, DeMarcus, and then it's Sade, Nick, Paige. Yeah, so.
Three and three. Are you the youngest?
I'm the oldest.
You the oldest?
Yeah.
Oh, so they all young now.
So I'm getting fired up. Like this, my mama ain't playing with me. She gotta really train me to hold it down when she leave the crib.
Yeah.
So I'm catching real dragon fire. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
are they still there? Or they?
My mom, them still in Jackson, Mississippi. My brother and them kind of like, they done like watch me a little bit and got to see me travel and stuff. Whatever it meant to them, it inspired them to do the things they doing. They doing well in life. You know what I'm saying? But everybody kind of moved. My brother stays in Texas now. He got a girl. He got a kid on the way. My sister, she's moving to Texas. She's doing well for herself. My other sister's military. My other brother's a mechanic. He got his own business. He doing well for himself. And I don't know. I tell him all the time, like I wasn't even trying to set a great example. I was trying to figure my life out. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I wasn't even focused on being an example to nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And luckily that I, chose to do something decent with my life and got to inspire them in whatever way it was. I know it wasn't just basketball, but just like never being in the house. They're like, damn, Mo ain't never at the house. Where he at? Oh, he had to go to Texas for a basketball game. Oh, he get to go to Texas. Mo ain't never left the bubble, ever. So they like, oh, what's in Texas? I come back and tell them about Texas and stuff like that. Just sharing stories because you know how it is when you go back home. I mean, how's Canada? They just looking at you like they watching a movie. You know what I'm saying? And just like, I don't know.
Bro, like, I remember Jeffrey. So when I just came to Canada, so it's crazy because Jeffrey was the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
So around the time when Jeffrey was like 12, is when my mom started traveling to work.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, he used to work a lot, so he wasn't really home.
Mm-hmm.
So my Jeffrey started like going out onto the like block and chilling and stuff, and so he used to do that a lot. And where the fuck I was going with this now? No, I cut all this. All right, yeah. So he used to do that a lot, and then I came to Canada. So Jason was older than us.
Mm-hmm.
Jason is 3 years older than I am, and I'm 3 years older than Jeffrey.
Okay.
But for some reason, Jeffrey and I was the closest growing up because Jason was at the age where he was partying.
Mm-hmm.
So it was always me and Jeffrey home. Mm-hmm. So he could go out and do his stuff.
That's kind of how it was.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was me and Jeffrey home. Me and Jeffrey would share a bedroom. Mm-hmm. Like we had double bunks, and so we was always like that much closer growing up, right?
Right.
So he started being on the block or whatever. My mom wanted him to come to Canada. He said, no, I don't want to come to Canada. There's nothing there for me. So what my mom did is my mom planned a trip for us to go to England. We went to England, and he looked at me after like the second week. He was like, yo, this is how people live out here. And I'm like, that's what mommy trying to show you. After that trip, we went back home. He applied to come, and that's how he ended up coming here.
Wow.
Because he could be, a lot of times people, you could only see in your bubble. And until you have someone who could go out and come back and tell you, or you could see for yourself, you'll always have all these blinders that if you go out there, the world going to treat you worse.
Right.
So you might as well stay here. At least you know the gangbangers here. At least you know the people who doing the wrong thing, so you know who to stay away from.
Right. Y'all, you met my boy TP when y'all was down at Carabana?
I didn't go Carabana this weekend.
You didn't go?
No, Jason.
Oh,
But
so he must have
this weekend, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't go this weekend. I didn't go.
Okay, Jason was down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was chilling with my boy TP. You know, he tossed to, he married to Chantel.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, they're close. TP told me he was, I was telling him I was coming on your podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess he got you and Jason confused. So
Oh,
he was
okay,
like, I
okay.
was just with him and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
I was like, well, he finna do the podcast. He might be tired as hell.
Yeah, no. It was Jason. Honestly, bro, I didn't go to a party. I say, next time anyone sees me in a party, just know for a fact that I made $1 million.
No, facts. That's how I feel, too.
Like, if you see me in a party, you don't even have to ask me. Just know that I have $1 million in my bank. You know, and I'm celebrating this. You know, that's the only time that you really see me in a club. Next was honestly, don't have unless somebody paid me to be there for some reason. You know, it don't have no reason for me to be in a club. Whenever I go to the club, I feel like a waste because I'm always working, bro. You know, like editing, and now I'm doing this. You know, and if I go to the club in my mind, I'm like, I wasted a night that I could have relaxed and watch a movie.
Come on, man. You talking that talk
to
now.
be around these people who don't even care about their own future, so they don't care about mine. You know, so...
I mean, some people do... I'm not going to take away from the people who like to go out and they still can do both.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just one of them dads that I gotta... like you said, I go out there and I'm just kind of like looking around. Because you don't find some people found value in it still.
In the party, yeah.
Like, some people still can date and run around and have sex when they want, and they like to try different things and do different things, or still play the game or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they get, they found value in it. We kind of like
it gets grow away from that, you know. And like when I say like people don't care about, I mean like the general public, because there are sometimes you could go to the club and network with somebody who chasing things as well, right? But like most of the times from when I used to party, I realized like I remember one time my party friends telling me, why whenever we party, you have to bring up a serious conversation. Because I'll be like, yo guys, what you guys think we should do with our lives? Like why you all of a sudden be so serious? Why we just can't drink? You know, so from that was like, you go to a party to, I think this is what I meant actually. You go to a party to feel like you're not alone, but you in the party and you're still alone because everyone else doing whatever they want. You know, so even if you're with your boys, or when in the club, you can't really talk to your boy and communicate like that. You know, he's over here, you over here, and you just post up.
Yeah, but I think if you went with someone like me and my boys, like you kind of like us, we'll go somewhere just to get together, but we'll be having conversations like this right in the middle of the club.
Exactly.
We just like the music, we like the energy, the rahas of the energy. We're using it for that, but we'll be looking each other dead in the face, talking about. We will forget we in there. We'll be talking about stuff like this, or we'll be. It's pretty.
Yeah, so maybe I need to start back going to the club with some of my friends, because maybe that is possible. You know, maybe
we're not partying. We just like the vibe because we come from it, right?
Yeah.
We just like the vibration of it, but we ain't really. But we ain't on. We're literally having this conversation. I'm telling you, or I'm being goofy. I'm clowning the whole situation.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying.
Just
like,
having fun.
Yeah. So it's just me. I be in. You can ask anybody around me. Mo be in there talking about why we in here. You know what I'm saying? We could have did this with this time or whatever. But I'll be comedic about it, like be funny about it. But they know I'm being serious. You know what I'm saying? If you hitting them with the Malcolm X every time, they probably be like, man, here come this man.
Yeah, bro, that's the thing, bro. It's like, you know, at the point when I stopped partying was when I was making a transition from who I was to who I am. You know, and I feel that's what I think really affected it. Because I actually went from being this party guy to snap, bro. Like one night I was partying and then I realized I'm like, why are you here? You know, like these people who are wrong, like why are you here? So then I try to have one serious conversation. So the thing is like, if you in my circle and I'll try having a serious conversation with you. And the first time you're like, okay, not right now. Okay, cool. Have a next serious conversation with you. Okay, not right now. Cool. The third time, if you do that, I'll be like, okay, this person not serious.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of the time is me testing to see where everybody head at. if I was in that same circle and I'm like, yo, guys, what we going to do after all of this? And one person was like, bro, I think we should start a business. That would have changed my whole view on partying. You know, because then I'd be like, okay, so now I could party and we could figure out how to do this thing together, you know? But it just didn't go like that for me, bro. It just didn't go like that.
I get it. Like I said, like I was just telling you at first. Like I've been watching you, like not like stalking, but I just like I follow this page because it inspires me, type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
I like what I know. These guys are really doing something like that inspire me. So like if I'm out too, I'm kind of like looking at the operation, just kind of like who owns this joint. Like I always had a dream of having a night. Everybody have a dream of having a nightclub before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at like, oh man, I would have did this, or yeah, that's pretty cool. I wonder how much this costs. This is a small SP right down the street.
Yeah,
this is a little tiny place. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it gets people coming in there. You know what I mean? And I was just wonder like how it all worked and stuff like that. But like you said, that kind of happened when I was going from this person to this person.
Yeah.
So I used to be the person. I didn't even think about that in the club. I'm partying. Like,
yeah, same bro. And now I think back at it and I'm like, you came here in 2013.
Yeah.
Imagine if you bought a house then.
You feel me?
You know, so now is the thing. Now is when I'm like, I came here in 2011. You know? So imagine if I was like, you know, let me save up 5,000 and put as a down payment. 5,000, bro. 5,000, you know, you'd have been cashed out right now.
Right, straight up.
You know, but we didn't come from that background where, like, I don't know how it is in Alabama and America. It's like, credits for us
I'm from Mississippi, by the way.
Sorry, Mississippi. Sorry.
Alabama, I can't. You see what they just did.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro, those guys. The guy who swam is the goat, bro. The guy who,
bro.
You know, because, you know, usually when you're having a bad day, some people say you go for a swim. It relaxes you. For you to take a swim and still come out angry, dog, bro, you must be seriously angry. And he like wring out his clothes. So he came, he jumped on the water, dry off his clothes, and then went to body slam the guy.
Bro, this was his moment. Like he knew, like next time some shit popping off, I'm jumping in. Like, no, that was crazy though. That was a crazy thing.
Oh, bro, them swimming lessons paid off for sure because they wasn't expected to come from the water, bro.
No, for sure. They was like, hey, they ain't coming over here. And my boy, like, yeah, we've been doing this too. That's legendary. That was being from the South, man. I'll say this. My girl white, you know what I'm saying? My girl white. I took her back home and I was like, not worrying about what my family was going to think at all, but you just rarely see this thing, you know what I'm saying? Because like Mississippi, Alabama, like come from like a racist culture, like a super racist culture.
That's why I mixed them up too, bro. Sorry, brother.
Yeah, no, people do all the time. You know, people do all the time. Like, and I get why, because it's like one big, they right beside each other, right next door to each other, and it's like the same thing. Yeah. Like, where it came from. When you watch the movies, everybody watch a movie from Mississippi, in the South, is probably Alabama or Mississippi, like about slavery or how it was back in the days or whatever in the South. They're going to use one of those two states, or Georgia maybe, you know what I mean, Louisiana, but every movie like that, so everything you probably seen until you start meeting people, actually doing your own homework, it's probably about Alabama, Mississippi, you know what I'm saying?
And then Texas for alien movies. That's what we know, bro. That's what we know.
Right. So I feel you. Yeah, man, it just was crazy to watch, bro, because, man, we just, it was wrong, you know what I'm saying? The whole fight, everything, you know what I'm saying? I don't really believe in, I come from a culture of ignorance, you feel me? Oh, and I've been I had some white friends that are very ignorant too, you know what I'm saying? We had to stop being friends because I was just one of the people, I just like everybody, you know what I'm saying? And while I'm trying to prove that you not that type of person, it's also a thing where we're all misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of my friends, his uncle or something like that, he just kept saying the word boy. Trinidad, they said. The women, boy.
Yeah.
It threw me off when I got there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And these black people saying it to me, and it was making me feel weird. So imagine a white person saying it. You know what I'm saying? And his uncle didn't mean nothing by it. I felt the energy. You know what I'm saying? I can sit in a room with somebody and can feel what they on. Like you said, I can sit in a room with somebody and be like, yeah, he probably up to no good, or he getting money, or he doing this. When you become like a man, you start to look at other people in their eyes, and you can feel the whole spirit, right?
Yeah.
You know where you at. You know you safe. You know you need to move around. So I can feel that he wasn't being uh, racist or being like aggressive. It just was the word.
Yeah. Oh, this was in Trinidad.
Now this is Mississippi,
Yeah.
so it's real. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
now
'cause
everybody
he
done
know better. He should know
but
better.
he didn't know. He didn't know like this word. He knew to stay away from the N word or whatever like that. But he actually didn't know. But like they beat the crap out that guy. You know what I'm saying? They beat the crap out of him. And I tell my friends all the time, like when I was in Mississippi, my white friends, they want to come to my neighborhood and stuff. I said, listen, if you're gonna be over here, because I started playing basketball with them. You know what I'm saying? I had made it out the neighborhood, started playing basketball with the
white boys.
money teams.
Yeah.
And so now I'm playing with white people and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's all new to me. But they taking a liking to me as a friend as we playing basketball. They want to come back to my hometown, hang with me, meet my mom and parents. I'm like, dude, they ain't really like that how we come over here to y'all spot. Like y'all whole family be, and my mom probably at work, and my cousin probably laying on the couch, drunk as hell. Ain't no telling what the girls doing in the streets. You know what I'm saying? My brother probably smoking weed. He too young to be smoking. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it looks way different from y'all spot. But they wanted to come, so I brought them over there. Like, of course they were safe, but you only like if you can't say you in here saying like you don't know to watch your mouth for certain words. You didn't grow up in a house like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our moms tell us you go around them certain people, you be careful. You watch your mouth or don't trust these people. You know what I'm saying? Don't open this door. I don't give a damn if it's Jesus. If it ain't me, don't open it door. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like in his culture, it's like they ain't prepping you you ain't never had to go around. You was always good. You ain't gotta go out the house. Your daddy owned a business. You ain't gotta go out the house. You chilling on a video game, being a kid, playing with your cousins, traveling. So them coming over there was like a big new thing for me, which I didn't know what I was doing and they didn't know what they was getting into. But a lot of times I had to break up a lot of fights just because like they didn't understand like the term, like what words meant what. And I underestimated that they didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, cause they were never racist or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But they just would say stuff that black people say to each other that they can't say to each other, like, or try to, I guess like, like for example, you go to an interview, you probably gonna dress nice.
Yeah.
You probably like to dress like this though and chill.
For
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? But we got to go put on this character to get this job. You know what I'm saying? They kind of like thinking they got to put on like the black culture kid to be cool.
Yeah,
you know
the flip.
They think they like, oh, this is cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I had like them, maybe they'll like me more. And then they'll do it, and then all of a sudden I'm trying to break up a fight. Like being racist. And I'm just like, whoa, like, and I was always kind of confused about that part of it. Like racism to me is like real. Like if I don't like you, you gonna know I don't like you. You feel me? I understand like systematic racism too, you know what I'm saying, where like kind of use different little games and whatever to manipulate situations, but an opportunity. But I don't know, man. I always try to be somebody that always thought that it was bigger than something special was about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Just believed in something new.
Yeah.
Creativity and just flow. And I mess with people who were good people, and I didn't mess with people that were bad people. I kept it that simple. You know what I'm saying?
So
and, yeah,
there's this thing that I say, like with Canadians, right? I say, Canadian racism is bad because it makes you question yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like just like the guys who was talking about. It's like sometimes they will say something and you're like, I think that racist enough, but it mightn't be racist because this person good to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like a lot of the times when I was partying with some of the same friends, I started to realize that these people will call me to party all the time. You know, your phone, bring this, bring that party. They even sponsor any drinks. You know, they want your vibe. You know, they take your vibe. You know, but when it's time to talk business, They don't want to deal with you.
No, right.
You know,
Right.
if you start to get with one of the sisters, they don't want to deal with you, bro. The only time they want to deal with you is when they want to take your energy.
Right.
You know, because they're like, you know what? Mo have good energy, bro. Let me go and chill with Mo. But when they on the drive going back home, they talking about businesses, bro. They talking about different things that they would never let you in on. And a lot of the times it's not even like this. It's not even like they like, oh, let me not let Mo on in on this. It's like, you know, I don't think Mo understand what we're talking about. But your dad understand, my dad understand, they work together so we could talk about it. You know, and that's one thing I hated when I came here. I remember when Jason got called boy, and I told him he came back and told me this story, but he didn't know. I'm like, bro, that's if an old white man look at you in the face and say boy, he know what he doing, bro.
Right.
You know, he know what he doing, and a lot of the times to me, it I shouldn't say worse than the word nigga, but it's like it's worse in the sense of if somebody say, hey nigga, you know, okay, this person being racist. But if they say boy, it make it question itself.
Yeah, it's like you calling me, like you really think I won't do nothing.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You know?
somebody say something racist to you, of course you're going to probably get your attention or whatever. But the word boy, that like you steal from that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, your granddaddy them still doing this. Your daddy them still doing
bro,
this.
it's like one of those things where he know how it going to affect you, but he know that he won't respond because you're not sure if he know how it going to affect you, you know? So which weird, bro. I had
Right.
college
That
kids
could have
call
been
me
a thing
nigga.
too.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I had college kids here call me nigga one time, you know, walking home, and then I picked up a rock, bro, and I was gonna like smash their glass, and this guy chose down $5, a $5 bill. See, I hope this makes it better. My white friend who I was with, he was like, yo, you should pick up this $5. At least you get $5 out of it. You know, and I'm like, you don't even understand, you know, and he's my friend. I was like, you don't even understand. Me picking up that $5 means that I allow this guy to call me nigga for $5. So that's not what happening. You know, so it like the culture is just way different. And I've never been to America. I still want to go to America, but I could imagine how hard it would be for both parties, you know, because a lot of the times white people just trying to fit in. You know, and they will say one thing and you're like, yo, wait, what you just say? You know?
Yeah.
A lot of the times, but
It's just the trauma, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Malcolm X said, you can stab, if you stab somebody in the back, and then you don't want to just come out completely and acknowledge this. Everybody knows the knife is there. Everybody see this knife stuck in the back. Then you want to pull it halfway out. You won't even acknowledge the knife is there, first of all. You won't even acknowledge it's there. You pull it halfway out. You thinking that, oh, I did you a favor by pulling the knife halfway out your back. Or even pulling it all the way back out, like Michael Mann said, like there's still a wound that has to heal.
yeah.
So unfortunately, man, it's always going to be, in any situation, from any trauma, takes time to heal from. You know what I mean? And like, it sucks for us because they don't let it go to sleep, though, either. You know what I mean? They always putting it in movies. So how you think people going to feel when they watch this movie? You know what I mean? This don't make, when I grew up, bro, and we was in school, we used to have to watch that stuff. And like, it just made me mad. That's all it brought out of me. I was a kid. That's the only feeling it made me feel was like you watching people get beat on. Watch people getting set on fire. Like, it's going to make somebody mad, and it's only going to make other people have to really show their face or be nervous. You know what I'm saying? As far as like white people, you know what I mean? They like, some of them don't got nothing to do with it. And they nervous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because they're like, I don't know, man. And everything, I just wish it can just die away, bro. I think that the world's come to a place where we clearly understand we can work together as a whole world. It's some of us everywhere now. You know what I mean? We having mixed kids all over the place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we got the internet. Especially like in North America. I mean, if you in North Korea, then you ain't got the internet. But if you, we can pretty much see everything. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, we want to look it up. If your mind think about it, you can look it up on the internet and probably gonna see it.
Bro, it's propaganda, bro. It's propaganda. That's one of my favorite quotes from Dave Chappelle. Actually, is the reason why we could never evolve. The reason why China wouldn't is because everybody in China is Chinese and everybody in America is black. You know, is racist. And it's the same with all these other places, right? It's like nobody want to work with each other because now you have the Arabs, you know, and then you have the whites, and then you have the blacks, and everybody have the little segregation. You know, like I know London is there's a lot of mixing, but that mixing does only go a certain way, bro, to a certain extent. You know,
Right.
like when it comes to you actually getting into that community, it's a whole different thing, bro. I had to tell Jason when he wanted to be a Muslim, you know, and he went, and it happened to him, right? I'm like, yo, you're supposed to tell them that that's not the religion, and that, you know, like the religion is not about that, you know. But it happened to him too, right? So once you try to get into that community deep, bro, is when it actually affects you. And that's why I said Canada has a sandwich racism, you know. It's like they say something nice, something racist, and something nice, you know, that make you question yourself.
Yeah, right.
You know,
They
it's
playing
like
games.
Yeah, I had a joke back when I used to do stand up, and it says like I opened the door for an old lady, and she said, "Thanks, nigga, nice shoes." You know, and you're like, she said thanks. She told me I had nice shoes, but she called me nigga. You know, was she being racist?
Fucking right.
I don't know. You know, I don't know if she was being racist. So, you know, let me let this moment slide. You know, so it's things like that, bro. It's
And then it's also confusing too, because it's like, man, you see so many different, like you'll see the Asian people calling each other the N-word.
yeah, bro. Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we clearly understand like the music has affected everything, and to the point where it's like it's not even like it's like a feeling now to be an N-word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of like actually being black or being from slavery or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like a feeling like, you know, white boy finna get pulled over by the cops and he'd be like, y'all nigga got me messed up.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? He talking to another white boy. You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying? So it's more like our culture's so powerful, and people can we energy, bro. Like everything follows energy. You feel
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that's why we got spiritual energy, bro. And that's why we so strong. No matter what, our people are always gonna be here. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's why we having kids and they coming out looking more like us. Everything about us is way more dominant. And when you competing against that gotta suck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It gotta
For
suck.
sure.
You can't put away. That's like me being on the court playing against this guy, and I know I know I work hard to be here, but it's just like I can't do it. And he just, it's effortless for him. He even trying to win the game, he's winning the game. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I had a white boy one time say to me, he's like, it's hard because I have white kids. So how do I tell them to be proud? How do I tell them to
Oh, right.
to love the self,
Yeah.
you know? And how do I? And I'm like, bro, I don't know, but you had to bite this bullet because I can't help you.
Yeah.
You know, I can't help it. What I could tell you is just teach your kid to be a nice person.
Right.
And to do like for instance, my stepdaughter, she's white, and sometimes I'll be home and I'll say something and she'll be like, "Yo, you can't say that." You know, it could be anything. It could be I could say nigger, or I could say something that in today's generation is like, "Oh, you can't say that no more." You know, and I'm that old guy who doesn't know. You know, and for me, like when I see her, it's like, okay, I feel like the new generation coming up will be way better. There are still a bunch of issues to deal with, you know? But like, look, like this whole thing with George Floyd and that kind of stuff, but they had white people getting killed from the police that was in front line during those marches, right? And to me, that's still progress, you know? It's like, that's still something that you had to look at and be like, that is progress, you know?
Yeah. Today's time, I think we just got either ignorant people, and then you got
People who just trying to get you angry.
yeah, like attention. You know,
Yeah.
attention's a big thing now, bro. And it's like wanting to be somebody's a big thing. Like back in the day, we just had people just playing, just chilling, living life, taking care of the family. You feel me? Everybody want to be somebody now. Like it's like you said, the propaganda is like, who are you?
Yeah.
You can't even go to the, you know, you want to walk to the door of a party or whatever, and they like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like people don't like that feeling. So in then social media trying to make it like you got to be this star. I'm glad I got away from that because I used to feel that feeling like I used to go to a party like I ain't going unless I get right in, and I meant it. You know what I'm saying? I meant that. Like I don't want to be looking lame standing in line. Like that was a mentality of mine. Like, but then I just like now I'm everywhere. I'm chilling. Like you know what I'm saying? I see how much fun I missed out on. No, the glasses I was wearing then was crazy. Like the vision I had at the time, as far as like being out and
I mean,
being.
but I feel like you had tall man, you had tall light skin syndrome, bro. Because I didn't get these things that you talking about right now. Just standing in line. I had to wait in line in the rain and in the snow, dog, until I established myself in Canada to be that connected person. I was in the line all the time. I just didn't want to wait in the line sometimes because I didn't like waiting. I hate being in the cool.
I mean, basketball is a
Yeah,
big reason why
and the
this happened. You
basketball.
know, I come here and you play for this team. They kind of knew, especially when I first got here. Like being on the London Lightning at that time was like a big deal.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Did he play it free?
Who?
Free.
You talking
Free.
about?
What's his freeway? Free.
You talking about some freeway? That's hilarious. You talking about Gabe Freeman?
Yeah.
Gabe. I played 1 year. Well, I played a little bit with Gabe. He was on the team for a bit. And then some things happened, and then they had to
What's he
part
doing
ways.
now? You know?
I never really got to. He was a good player, and I was really looking forward to he won MVP. I was really looking forward to learning from him, and man, he had a motor, man. He can play. I played against him a lot, but I didn't get a chance to really play with him that much. But he was a cool dude. He was a cool dude. Yeah, I can also see why some of the guys he had a bigger than life mentality, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? That's just who he was. But you know how people are. You got that gold. You feel like you golden. They don't like that.
Where was he from?
I'm not sure what Gabe's from, to be honest.
But he's American, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember he was one of the first Americans that I met. You know, and
they had just got here. That whole team was brought from Oklahoma, Lawton, Oklahoma.
Oh.
And they put him in London.
Oh.
They just brought a whole team over to London. And then Gabe was on that team.
Yeah, because I remember meeting him for the first time. It was my first time meeting not first time meeting an American, but first time meeting a black American. You know? And it's just the accent would make you feel like you're cooler and you know, that you're cooler. Yo, how you doing? You know, and you're like, yeah, guess I'm good, you know? I'm good now. And there was the coach at that time too. I can't remember his name, but he was dark skinned. I think
Michael Ray Richardson.
I think he won a NBA.
He played in the NBA.
But he had an NBA ring.
I'm not sure.
Did he win a ring? I didn't know.
I'm not sure. But
he was dark skinned.
He was nice in the league though. He can play.
Yeah. So he was the coach at it. So he was the second. I think him and Gabe had come into the barbershop at the same time actually.
Yeah, that can be. That could have been a thing for sure.
Yeah. And I think and then Gabe had these T-shirts that he gave us. You know, he gave me a T-shirt, and then that was the last I seen him, and I was like, he probably just doing it. Then I think he left and came back. Did he leave and came back?
No, he came. He played the first 2 years. I wasn't here, and then I came in the third year. They won 2 back-to-back championships, and then I came in the third year, and that's when I met all those guys.
Yeah,
the guys that had already been here. So I was kind of like me and I don't know, Garrett.
Yeah,
we was kind of like the new blood. We was the rookies.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we came in, and they was kind of like the OGs on the team and stuff. So. Yeah, it was just kind of cool watching them and all them, and then kind of that's who kind of showing you the ropes of London too. You know what I'm saying? So it's this is where I'm got to be careful how I'm laying my foundation type of thing, because you gotta. What I want to say, in basketball, there's an alpha male. The alpha male is the guy who really put the ball in the basket, or the guy who really the leader on the team. That's the voice. You know what I mean? He could be sitting on the bench, but he can control the team with his voice. He'll tell you that you're playing bad. You have to listen to him because he holds you accountable. Then you got the guy who's a star player, right? That person can be a bad person in real life, but a good basketball player. But who everybody hanging around when they go out? The star on the team. So when you're a rookie, you kind of just flowing, just seeing what it was and learning on the fly. And sometimes they got you in some situations you probably personally didn't want to be in because you just don't No, you don't want. You're not a part of that type of
Yeah,
environment.
it's just like bad leadership, right?
Yeah. So it just sometimes it just was like when I first came to London, it was like this strip right here, Richmond Street was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you was here longer than
It
me.
had more black clubs back in those days
Yeah.
too.
When did you get here?
Like 2011, but I started partying like 2012, 2013.
Yeah. So it was like you said, it was a lot more black clubs. It was
Yeah.
I used to go to clubs and just hear music, American music. Legit go to this one club and just hear American vibe. They'll play like Jamaican music or whatever, you know what I'm saying, in there as well. But it was just all black people in there.
Yeah.
You probably seen 2 white girls. And
That was like up on Carlin or like Club Large or LG or
yeah, whatever the name of it was. I don't remember. But it used to be crazy. That's all over. I didn't even know this part of London right here.
Uptown.
Like just the clubs, the laboriousness. I left for a couple years and I came back, and then the new players, like when Royce and them was here, that was a whole different vibe versus when I was with Gabe and them. You know what I mean? And that's when I started seeing them like being at Borny's and out the little patio or whatever, or I would even go to a patio. I didn't care about a patio. We don't have patios where we from. You better not be outside just, what's up, my guy?
This guy. One.
But yeah, you know, back home you can't really just be outside like that, mom, and see you, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So you kind of try and duck off, but here, you know, you just feel nice. It just feels like you said, relaxing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm happy to say I can raise my family here. You know, I can imagine raising my family in Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Some people who live in Toronto, like downtown, and got kids. I can imagine like that fast.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Trying to raise your family though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really happy to be here in London though, man. Especially helping give back to the kids and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you have do you train the kids with like who you train the kids with? Is it like your own thing or?
Well, it's always kind of been my thing, like giving back to the community. And it goes back to when I was living in Mississauga and even just being back home. I got my feet wet, and when I came to London, of course, I got in the community. Like outside of basketball, playing basketball, I almost spoke at every school here. But I silently do this stuff, you know what I mean? I don't really go around be like promoting and posting anything really, you know what I'm saying, about what I'm doing, because I'm really not that. I like privacy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even when I'm doing things, I'm not doing it for the camera. I kind of done got, what I want to say.
No, I know.
I see people doing it for the
Yeah.
camera and see how they benefiting from it to be able to grow their business, to make it something bigger for the kid. And that's what I'm trying to do now.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I'm saying? Type of thing. I always kind of just...
That was my battle for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
My battle for the longest time was like even like posting myself or like doing like that's why I do have the one podcast I have with me alone is like 15 minutes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like to put myself out there like that is like, I don't know, I don't want to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I feel like it's also a con,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because you cheat yourself and you cheat the world of so much energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it has so much things that God put in us that need to be shared. You know, and that's why I ended up starting the podcast, because I was like, you know what, I just need to do it. You know, like even though I don't want to be that guy in front of the camera. If you asked me in January, I'd have been like, no, I want to be behind the camera. I don't want to be seen. You know, I want to do what I do and go home, and that way I could be at peace. But after a while, I start to realize that you need to be the one to do that, because at the end of the day, you could do it and it could spark something in, let's say, your younger brother to try it, and then he be the one. Then you like, and then and now you could go back to the back and be like, okay, now we could do it together, you know? So it's like things, sometimes you have to be that leader to be like, I gotta make this move.
No,
You know?
for sure. That's another thing I want to learn from you, just how you, just everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing I've been doing lately. I always used to be quiet. I used to never ask for help. I always needed help, like, majority of my life. You know what I mean? I always had these creative ideas flowing inside of me, Pretty much everything I've done as far as my like creativity has always been liked by people. And then I was just like kind of scared to like show the world though. You know, my friends love it, my family love it, people who they share with love it. Like, who is this guy? If I'm playing it in the car, my music in the car.
Yeah, because you do music too, but you
Yeah,
don't
so
even
people
post that, right?
and every time my boys come over, they want to hear my music, and they just like, "Yo, what are you doing? Like, why are you sitting on this?" Another reason I sat on it because my life changed. You know what I'm saying? It was always my journal, the music. So I talked about some things that boldly said in music, and I was never bold enough to really like share it because at that time I thought like everybody's paying, like, you know, social media, you
Yeah.
think that everybody watching you type of
Yeah.
thing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if I put this out, like they gonna know this piece of me, you know what I mean? So I always was nervous about like just really going all the way out there with music because a lot of the lyrics is messed up too. And like a lot of the stories, a lot of people I made stories about, I mean, said, you know how music incriminate yourself type stuff.
Yeah.
I was already ahead of that curve. Like, I don't want to put this out. This said this in it. What if this person end up doing better in life and this come back around because I'm a superstar in music now? Just because I'm a superstar in music, they want to pull it up in. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So music kind of like evolved big time for me really fast. It always gave me something to talk to express myself because I was scared to ask for help. And now I'm not scared to ask for help, bro. If I'm feeling a certain way, a certain emotion, I'll talk to anybody about it for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I go to the people I know that been through these things and have succeeded or got past it. Um, I search out for like leadership, you know, all the time within women and men. I always try to be like the best representation, continue every day, try to be the best representation for my new self. You know what I'm saying? Myself. I just want to always like go back and like this, like being right here with you right now means a lot to me because we've been knowing each other for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't speak and like I didn't never get to show you as much as my fun like energy, like cool homie energy as I know I can, the person I know I am. You know what I'm saying? And watching you on your Instagram be funny and being funny with the fam, I'm just like the whole time I connected to you more than I did Jason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like real talk, because you kind of remind me of myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like, yeah, well.
But me and Jason to sit down and have like quick, serious conversations, like fast. You know what I'm saying?
Jason like them kind of serious conversations.
Yeah. We right every time since I known Jason is like right away. You know what I'm saying? And I like that side of us too. You know what I'm saying? I like that. But like my easygoing, chill spirit was a guy like, you know, being friends with a guy like you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then of course I took to Jeffrey. He does music and
Jeffrey.
He got that savvy about him. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing where it's like, I feel like music, art and creativity is, don't quote me on this, but creativity is the pinnacle of what's you looking for? Right. So creativity is the pinnacle of vulnerability. You know, and that's why so much creatives find it so hard to put itself out there because a lot of the things that we create are parts of us. Like for me, every script that I ever wrote, each character have one part of me. It could be love, it could be envy, it could be understanding, it could be lack of understanding, it could be confusion, but every thought come from you. So no matter what you do to shake it, it's part of you. So when you read over your music, you see you. So you don't put it out there, but when somebody else listen to it, they don't see you.
Right.
You know, so when somebody else watch, like I had this movie I've been sitting on for a while. It's a Christmas movie, you know. But when somebody if I listen to your track, I wouldn't see you doing these things.
Right.
You know, I would have seen it as, oh, this guy could rap. You know, whereas you listening to it and you're like,
right, correct.
And you're like, oh, nah, bro.
But that's when as you're getting older as a man, like now I got I got 2 daughters now. And also for my son, just my end vision of myself, my image or what I want to look like is suit and tie with a suitcase.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Men in black You know what I'm saying? Will Smith. But that's my image in my head, always had in my head. I always wanted to be that guy. You feel what I'm saying? So I always been hunting that guy down. Of course, I'm looking at other people's swagger, and I'm like, oh, I like he got the gold chain. So let me buy me a gold chain. You know what I'm saying? Or he tuck his shirt in with the, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Just trying to find myself, trying to figure out who is Mo, who am I gonna be? And then when I realized, as I got older, I'm just like, I didn't really care about none of those characters. Like, you know what I'm saying? The whole time, I knew I wanted to be a good person. I wanted things to become easy and relaxing when I walk in a room of anybody. Like that's one thing I'm working on right now is like that firm Mo Bolden versus the easygoing Mo Bolden. Because sometimes I go to these meetings, like I was in a meeting today when you called me, and it was a very serious meeting. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm struggling with like, do I make these people laugh and relax a little bit, or do I set a tone about what I'm trying to do in the community? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like let them know I'm serious. And of course they're gonna get both, but sometimes when you, like you said, even here, you make people laugh or whatever. Some people may think you a joke or think you like, oh, you ain't taking it serious or whatever, but we can do both.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can make people
Like
laugh and be just as,
I laugh when I'm angry, bro.
bro, same. Like, you know what I mean? And nobody control me emotionally no more.
Yeah, I laugh when I'm angry. My girl is always like, "Oh, you think it's funny? You think it's funny?" I'm like, I just laugh when I'm angry, dog. I can't.
It's also like if I'm, I mean, you tell me if I'm wrong or not in this. I love, my favorite character is the Joker of Batman. And sometimes I'm trying to explain to somebody that they overreacting about something, and they having a fit, right? And I know they overreacting because where we come from, we see people go through worse. And sometimes you ain't got to use where you come from. You know that there's people in more difficult situations.
Yeah.
So I use that to remind myself everything's okay. Like I'm overthinking the situation, or I'm panicking. But some people can't do that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So to see them like act tough, and then you see them breaking down, you just kind of laugh at them like, and sometimes I kind of probably be laughing a little hard. I'm kind of happy they kind of going through it in a weird way. I'm just like, I'm kind of happy you kind of feeling this a little bit. Maybe you don't want to be here no more. Maybe you want to see why I laugh every day and be positive every day. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you wake up in the morning and say, I can fight. In my mind, bro, sometimes stuff happen and I can process it real fast and break it down real fast. Like my old self, that would have made me angry. Now I'd be like,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't even a chance.
Yeah.
I'm not letting nobody mess with my peace.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a chance. You know what I'm saying? If somebody doing something, it ain't really finna not laying your hands on me while I gotta defend myself or threatening like, you can say what you really want to say. I really don't care. Like, I really don't care. The words do not bother me at all. The actions is what why I got friends. My friends, they take action. My boy TP, my real friend. Something happened, he coming. You know what I'm saying? My mom coming. You know what I'm saying? My brother's coming. You know, my girl Christina, I know she got my back. She's coming. I got real friends in my corner now.
Yeah.
It ain't nobody can come and just be like, oh man, that's my boy, whatever. And I'm gonna be like, nah, we ain't boys like that.
Yeah.
We be hanging out though. Like,
No, you're right. You're right. Like protecting this circle is a huge thing, bro. Like that energy, and that's one of the reasons why I stay to myself. You know, like this year I haven't been hanging out with friends a lot, and it's only because I'm so busy, bro. That on my off day, first I hate making plans. So I hate saying, "Oh, let's plan to hang out on Saturday," and then on Saturday I'm tired. I'm like, "Oh,
yeah, that's how I am too.
you know." So
I'm very spontaneous. Like,
yeah,
if
bro,
I feel the energy,
you have to know, you know.
yeah, you better be ready when I'm ready, kind of thing.
And I just protect myself, especially like stuff that happened with me and like the stuff that happened with the barbershop last year and that kind of stuff. And you reach a point where like only certain people could be around, you know. Like I protect my energy
Right.
to the point where I'm like, okay, you know what, your energy, you're a good person, but your energy that's off, bro.
Right.
You know, like some people will try to make jokes like, oh, why don't you get a real job? It's like, oh, because you have a real job, and because at night, you know for a fact that you might be hurt because that's all you're probably gonna be. You know, say come to shit on my
Right.
It's like, don't worry about me, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't worry about me. I would be okay. You know,
Right.
I told my girl today. We was having this conversation, and I told her, I'm like, the issue with me is that I seen it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I seen my mom go from nothing to something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I seen it happen. You know, and for me, is what I leave my kids with is the most important thing. And that's one of the reasons I started the podcast and everything is that they have stuff to go back and see
Mm-hmm.
with me talking, and also that they see that I never wait for somebody to give me an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I always went and get the opportunity for myself, even if it means that I had to go for 2 days without eating actual food.
Mm-hmm.
You know, once I make sure that they eat, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's how I am too, bro.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Once I make sure they eat, I'm good. And if I make money after that, I wouldn't be. I'm not the kind of guy to be like, let me get comfortable with this money. I'm the kind of guy to be like, bro, we're not rich.
Mm-hmm.
We're not rich. Forget living mediocre. Let me double down and reinvest and reinvest. And most people be like, oh, why does it take some money? You would by now you would have been you'd have been good. I was like, good is not great, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's not time for that. Everything
Yeah.
in a time, you know.
Mm-hmm. And we also see, not to cut you off, my
Yeah,
bad.
no, you go, you go.
But I mean, we see so many examples of people climbing up and falling down
Yeah, bro.
with the most money in the world.
Exactly.
So it's like, I'm a person, I don't really value, I don't like the concept of money. You know what I'm saying? But I'm smart enough to understand that you got to have that shit to
Yeah.
survive. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out here getting it too. But I'm also going to get it the way that makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? Where I can feel comfortable every day waking up and saying, you know, I'm happy I do this for a living and I can make money from this. You know what I'm saying? I want that same feeling I was feeling when I was playing basketball. I ain't think about them. I was just playing basketball. Bam, check came. Oh, man, I didn't even know this was coming in. I can go take care of these people, take care of my son, take care of these things, right? I didn't really value it like in a way like I wish I had your mentality back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that I didn't care about money because I didn't buy nothing. I don't like to splurge and have all these crazy things and nothing like that. That's not even close to being me. I just like helping people, and that was my problem, I would say, because as soon as I made it, I just given it away just as fast. Because as long as I can hang around some good people, play basketball, I was good. You feel me? I never was trying to be a pro basketball player. I was just playing basketball the whole time. And things were happening as it was happening fast. If I knew what was going on, I'd be an NBA player right now. Hands down. We ain't been close. But I didn't know what was going on. I was just having fun, playing ball and going through the experiences and listening to people and taking them for their word, not knowing they lying. You know, just because they said they could play basketball at their school. Like, and I'm just thankful that I was always looking at NBA players, knowing that that was like the top, you know what I'm saying? So I always trained to be a good basketball player. But man, I should have been trained to be an NBA player, like for real, like sacrifice partying but it's all new to me. As soon as I left my neighborhood, I went to military school first. You feel me? In Alabama, Marion, Alabama. Look up Marion, Alabama. Do your homework on Marion, Alabama, bro. I went to a military school in Marion, Alabama. At the time, I want to say Marion, Alabama was like one of the poorest cities in Alabama. And you know where it's poorest, you know what I'm saying? But this is like, and we in a military school, so it's very strict. And like 90% of the school is white. You feel me? And my coach brought us in, like, he was a black guy from Jackson, Mississippi. He brought in all black players. He brought in 2 white players, but the team was black, right? Bro, went from that strict situation to dealing with racism and really, like, that's why I learned strength from, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't let these people, they trying to break you. You feel what I'm saying? And shout out to some of my white homies. They the one taught me that, like, don't let them break you down because they trying to, like, make you quit and make you get kicked out of school. Like, so anytime you feel like you frustrated or whatever, come holler at us, come chill with us. You know what I'm saying? There was some white boys that had my back. You feel me? my teammates had my back, of course, but my teammates, they ready to fight.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
need somebody to calm me down, you know what I'm saying? So went from that environment, bro, no girls. It's like prison for real, to be honest. It was probably like, it was some girls there, but they started looking good later.
Yeah. After some time.
Yeah. They started looking good later, you feel me? But it still was so strict in the school, you really can't really get down if you wanted to. You feel what I'm saying? So then I went to Southern Miss, and then it was like, oh man, what I want to say compared to. I don't know, man. It's like going from like a sink of water, a cup of water, to an ocean. You know what I'm saying? Just everything was happening so fast, and it was just so much fun to be given. I was like, I'm doing all this because I play basketball. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like mind blowing to me, bro. It was just happening way too fast, and I wish I had the mentality you had. Was because I was in the gym like a maniac. I ain't gonna lie, I was working out. Everybody know. Ask any of my teammates, they can probably say Mo was the hardest worker on the team for sure, hands down. But I didn't do fine tuning on my game like a Kobe Bryant. The same move over and over until I got it right. Put the money back up. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard. Put it up.
Yeah, bro.
Flip it again. I know you want to go do this, but put it up. Flip it again. Do it again and again until you fall in love with like.
It's the worst thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's one of the hardest things to be that guy that believe, because seeing everyone else, and not to shit on nobody, but seeing everyone else be regular and live good is frustrating because you ask yourself if you something wrong with you, you know. But yeah, bro, sure. But I know, like as you say, we could talk forever and about everything, and I feel like it has so much more that we could touch on and that kind of stuff, you know. And
no, for sure. Like I'm around the corner, bro. Like I do this with you every day.
Yeah.
Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Bro, yeah.
Like real talk, and I think it'll be good every day. You know what I mean? Most definitely looking for, you know what I'm saying, you give me the game on how to do my thing. You feel what I'm saying? And we continue to work together, and you know, and I don't know, bro. I appreciate you from afar.
Yeah, bro.
You know what
See
I'm
him,
saying?
see him.
Yeah, watching you with your kids. And you were in a mixed relation, you know what I'm saying, interracial relationship as well.
Same, and then with you, because you were saying that you wanted to start a podcast too, right? And to me, that's a blessing, because it'd be good to have somebody else who I know that live in London that doing podcasts, because it has so much things, like the market's so open, bro, and it has so much things that we could learn from each other and connect with each other, you know. And if one podcast doing good, then the other podcast will automatically do good once that person keep at it, right? And
right.
to me, that's the biggest blessing, bro. And next time you come, hopefully we could talk about more like the basketball but you guys have the tournament coming up, right? Did that pass already?
What tournament?
And you said had a tournament coming up, 3-on-3.
Oh yeah. We got that coming up. So we have a Hoop Fest here in London. So I won that award. I won the community service award. I won. It was a room full of people there, doctors and teachers, and man, it was crazy. Like I honestly felt like people always say I underestimate myself because I just do it from the heart. I don't really think about why I'm like, you know, I just try and do good stuff, especially for kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I got the award, it was very surprising to me. I had been trying to do it I had no clue about this award. I didn't even know it existed, you know? Excuse me. I got the email. You know how you get those weird emails in your email? I'm thinking it's like one of those, like somebody trying to give me a click on something or whatever. But it had like London and stuff like, I rarely get like London emails and stuff like that, whatever. So I click on them, looking at it to see what it is. And also I applied for so many jobs since I've been here, just trying to, especially with COVID, I was just trying to find work, you know what I'm saying, and find something, what I like to do. So I was just trying different things, trying to get into so many sales companies and stuff like that. So click on the email, and it was like, oh, you've been nominated for this award, this community award, and da da da. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I didn't respond to it. I just like, that's like some spam stuff. And then the lady reached out to me on Instagram like 2 days later, like, you didn't accept the invite. Da, da, da. I'm like,
Which
oh,
lady? From
the lady
who gave you the award?
yeah, who gave me the
Ariel?
award. Yeah, yeah,
Ariel? Yeah.
You didn't accept the invite. Da, da, da. I'm just like, oh snap, this is something for real. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm just like, oh, I appreciate it. Then the whole time I'm like talking to Christina, telling my girl like, yo, I
Wait,
got.
sorry, before you go on, sorry, not Ariel, MP Kayabaga.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know how to say her. I don't even try to say her name.
Yeah.
A lot of names I don't try to even butcher out here, bro. I'll just be
Yeah.
like, I'm a nickname person. I end up giving you a name. I mean, Vaughn pretty easy,
Yeah, no.
but
My
if I
first
can't say your name, you're finna
No,
get a
my
nickname.
first name, no one says my first name. It's too. Yeah, but
So that's Vaughn's not your first name.
no. We
All right.
all J's, bro. It's Jason, Jeffrey, and my name is Jeffter.
Yeah, your name Vaughn.
Yeah. Yeah.
But nah, so yeah, I end up getting the award, and I mean, a lot of people have received the award. You know what I'm saying? And those people that was doing some serious stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that me helping the kids out ain't serious, but like some people out there putting it on the line, trying to make sure that people have somebody to call on. You know what I'm saying? When times get rough, or you're from a certain community, and or you've been, women abuse, or stuff like that. You know what I mean? And things for the kids in the community, making sure London continues to grow. And she was giving out awards to all these people, and it was just, just hearing their stories and stuff was inspiring to me. Like, I was just happy to be there, And I got called up like very last. I wasn't even. I'm thinking like when they say you nominated, like BET Awards. Oh, you've been nominated for it. Like the one person gonna win the award.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying like, oh man, I ain't getting no. Like everybody done got an award, right? Then she called my name and I come up, and that opened up so many doors for me because as much as I'm in there looking at everybody like, oh, I want to connect to this person. I want to connect to this person. I got daughters now. I want my daughters to understand what this is about. I get up there now, they looking at me like that. Now, who is this guy? And why did he get an award? And what does he do? So I met right at the end, started networking and talking to everybody and started meeting so many different people or whatever. Anyway, I met this lady. I used to train her son. That's how big I've been in the community with the kids. I used to train her son in basketball gym, but I had no clue she was in there. I met his mom plenty of times. But I trained so many kids and bumped into so many kids and parents so much. I was just like, and this is a new place for me. So she's one of the ladies that got an award. She's a doctor and a pastor. You feel me? I take that back. I'm not sure if she's a doctor, but I know she's a pastor for sure. And she got this team of people that's trying to help the community, and they part of the Hoop Fest thing here in London. And I heard Hoop Fest used to be like this big thing. You know what I'm saying? That where everybody went to Victoria Park, it's Victoria Park, right?
Yeah.
And played basketball, and all the kids came out. And this is something I had already been talking about with my friends and my team about doing here. So to be able to work with her and her team has been like amazing. And we got some dope stuff coming up. Like they're gonna be giving out some stuff, doing a lot of stuff for the kids. Hopefully we get a lot of science stuff. And I reached out to a few people. One of my college basketball teammates, he's the coach of the female LSU girls team, women's team. They just won the national championship.
Oh, that's those girls on
Yeah, that's been all over the internet, basically.
Well, that one girl was it Angela Reese? Angel Reese.
Angel Reese.
Yeah.
And then
he's the coach of that team?
He's assistant coach.
Oh,
and he's my point guard at the military school I was just telling you about.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So reaching out to him, trying to hopefully get some science stuff from those girls or anything that'll help the kids here.
Yeah.
But I know those guys are busy. They celebrities now, so they're pretty busy. But just trying to get a few things and bring a couple people together. Even thought about you guys, just coming out and cutting hair and, doing whatever we got to do for the kids to let them know they're loved and show them some togetherness and use basketball to, I guess, entertain like it always been doing, to bring people together. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I think it'll be big. I mean, when we talk over the phone with those guys, we talk big for London. And the kids in the community. Community means a lot to me. I was one of those kids that the community center raised. You know what I mean? My mom was working, single mom. it's 6 kids in the house. Well, shout out to my stepdad too. I ain't gonna discredit my stepdad like that, but once he stepped away, once they had their differences and he stepped away, it got serious. And it seemed single mom in the house trying to take care of one income, trying to take care of 6, 7 kids by herself. And I had to step my game up as the oldest in the family. So it was rough, man. And so we had to go to community centers for the day, or go to the YMCA. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And that's why I earned my stripes playing basketball. And things like that. And so coming out here and playing for London Lightning, getting into the community. Shout out to my boy D'Anthony Boughton, Jessica McGregor, who was the PR on the team at the time, setting up all the events. They really did a good job of when they found that I had a love for kids, always booking things, and me unknowingly just going, oh, kids, let's go. No matter how tired I was, no matter how bad of a game I had, if it had something to do with some kids, I was going, because it helped me get away from everything. You feel what I'm saying? It helped me. I love to influence in people to feel like superheroes.
Yeah.
And you a dad. You know what I'm saying? The things I do with my kids, I do with everybody's kid. I don't treat my kids no different from nobody's kids. You feel what I'm saying? I'll watch my kid learn a lesson outside. They'll be arguing. I watched time my son had hit this one kid, big kid, because he wanted the toy. He looked spoiled by himself. It's the only kid at the time. He wanted this toy from this kid, but he hit him. Boom. Because I always play fighting with him and stuff. This kid turned around, hit him back. Boom. I'm talking about good lick too, bro. Most parents jumping out their seat, running over there. You know what I'm saying? Probably gonna get into it with other parents. But me, understanding what lessons do for people, wanted to just see it play out. He ain't kill them kids at the end of the day. He ain't gonna kill them. So I'm just watching it, and then his mom was like, "Did you just see that?" I'm just like, "No, we ain't gonna do that because he hit him first."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so just watching him learn that lesson and staying calm, I just want to continue teaching him and showing him how to be human. You know what I'm saying? How to be grounded and be all around. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care what he do with his life. I just want to make sure he has this foundation of a good person.
And it's the same with me, but for me, it's daughters.
Yeah.
I don't know how old your daughters are.
My daughter, Gianna, is 2. She just turned 2.
Yeah.
And Mila is only 3 months.
Yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. So congrats on that, too.
Don't say nothing that's going to scare me, please.
No. No. I honestly, at first, I only wanted boys.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I had a daughter, you'll see, bro, as your daughter starts to grow, the way you think, I watch my daughter now.
I already know what you're about to say. That already happened to me.
Yeah, but I watch my daughter now and I say, some guy is going to be so lucky just to be in your presence.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much different from when I was younger. I'd be like, oh, I don't want to get a daughter because who I was, and
Right.
But then when you have your daughter and you see her grow and you see how she's her own person and she have her own friends, and having kids is a blessing. And I feel like The Rock said it one time, he said, every man wants a son, but every man needs a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And having a daughter just change your view on life. And at 2, she's there, but when you reach 4, my daughter told me one time she was given problems at the movie theater, and I took her and I carried her home, but her mom and dad was still in the movie theater, and she told me, she's like, "Daddy, you hurt my feelings."
Mm-hmm.
And when you hear that coming out of a 4-year-old, because we didn't grow up like that. We didn't grow up saying, "Oh, you hurt my feelings."
Man, I would have said that, Mom, but
exactly, but so having a daughter who she don't see you for none of your past.
Mm-hmm.
She don't see you for whatever happened. All she see you is as the person that she could talk to. She you hurt my feelings. This morning we had another conversation because I had to yell at her. And I'm like, Daddy doesn't like yelling at you, you know? I was like, okay, how about this? How about we start over fresh, right? Because Daddy doesn't want to yell at you for the rest of your life. She says, okay. And then when I go to take out the car, she says, but Daddy, that song's kind of hard. I was like, what do you mean? I don't know if I could listen for the rest of my life. I'm like, wait. How you could decide? I was like, you know what? Just try your best. Just try your best, you know? And it's like, just like simple things like that, that to some people be like, oh, that's a simple conversation. But to me, I've never really had emotions like that. So when you have somebody so young speaking emotions into you, you know?
Because that's how when we was kids, that's how we kind of, I don't know about you, but I was getting my ass whooped in the house.
Yeah,
you know
for sure, bro.
So it's like we had to hide a bunch of that stuff. I'm like that with my son, how I am with my daughters. They get treated fairly emotionally and like all that. My son goes through some things or he feels some things. I sit him down and let him speak, and I show him like I'm listening. You know what I'm saying? I'll share a story of mine that he know I probably wouldn't share with nobody, just to show him to open up.
Yeah.
Teach him how to open up. Teach him the, proper way instead of like holding everything in or whatever. Man, his relationship is like crazy now. When he was first born, I was playing basketball, I was still young, and I still was like fresh out of the hood. So a lot of things about me was still with me that I grew up, like the trauma and the pain, and I went through. The way I understood how to get people to understand me was through like aggression.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm very soft-spoken, try to be as clear as possible, try to be very vulnerable, extremely emotional. I say I'm an extremely emotional person. And but in a way of like how I feel, like I want people to understand how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And especially my kids in my house. You know what I'm saying? I love my family being on one beat. You know what I'm saying? Now be yourself always. Be yourself always. But when it's time for us to, be a family, I need to be able to snap my finger and we snap right in mode because I don't know. I like the military values I learned, what I'm saying? Working as a team, being disciplined, stuff like that.
Yeah, you're right.
And I really I teach my son how to guide his sisters. You know what I'm saying? And I also let him like practice what I'm teaching him to be.
Yeah, leadership.
Yeah, how to lead. So he'll come tell on his sister. He'll be like, Gigi, da, da, da. I'll be like, why you didn't say nothing to her? Why you talking to me about you can't make her do it? You know what I mean? You big brother. She gotta listen to you. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm not around, you're gonna be around. You're gonna have to hold the show down. So you go back down there and handle it. And I'll peek around the corner and listen to him handle it. He'd be like, Gigi, he 11 years old, so he trying to run something, but you know what I'm saying? Which is good to see, man, and also good to see that she understands
that
her big brothers were on her too. He watching her too. You know what I'm saying? You can't just give it to her. I used to give my brothers and be like, oh, it's lit. Mama ain't around. No, my son gonna be like, yeah, you sit down and like, you know how dad feel about that.
Well, that's who Jason was for us, bro. Jason made me get so much licks. Like my ass got whooped so much times because of Jason, but yeah, bro. But bro, as I said, I know that we could talk for hours, and I really wish we could meet again and talk some more about the family dynamic. But before we close, I just wanted to ask you a question, right? At what age were you my height?
What's your height?
I don't know, bro. 5. Back when I had Tinder, it was 5'9", but in reality, it's like 5'7", 5'6" on a good day.
I ain't gonna cap. I don't remember being 5 anything ever. I really don't. I probably started paying attention to my height to probably like middle school. So I probably was like, I like to say I was like 5'10" or 5'11" in middle school, something like that. But it was other tall guys in the school that played basketball, and I started like looking at them, looking up to them and stuff. So, and I knew they was like, I remember at the time they was like, oh, he's 6'1" and he's 6'2", but he played like center at the time. So I'm just like, oh, I must be getting pretty tall if he's the center. So and then high school, it just It was just crazy. And then you hear them players and say, "Oh man, I grew this much overnight."
Yeah.
Or and people like, "Man, no, it's a real thing. Like one day you'll be this height, the next day you'll be another
Gone.
height. It's unreal.
Because
It's like
I remember
some
the
angels
first
coming
time.
to stretch you out while you sleep."
Yeah, bro. Like summertime, and I remember the first time when my mom saw you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and you came through the door.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Oh my god!"
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Well, you never see somebody that tall before?" She's like, "No." It's like, no,
Nah, that's what I said. In Trinidad, man, they don't really see people this tall walking around, and you, man,
it's different.
man, bro, I'm telling you, you got to talk to Vanessa about that. Our journey in Trinidad, that was hilarious, bro. She saved me a couple times because I ain't up on game on the coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm following Vanessa around everywhere like a little girl on a leash.
No, you have to, bro.
Yeah,
You have to,
like
you know?
I can't really move around. This ain't my stomping grounds.
Yeah.
So it's been a
Because
few times.
she had a family and stuff back then too, right? So
So yeah, it was cool out there, man. Shout out to them people, man. It was a great time being out there. Like Trinidad was lit.
yeah, Trinidad is always a place. But yeah, bro, it was good to have you on, bro. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
and
bro.
If you're in town, Laser Hair Removal, hit up Christina on Instagram at the studio in London or in the studio in London.ca. If you're looking to get the hair removed off your body, we do men as well, and completely painless.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of things I've been hearing about. You know, these machines that a lot of people are scared of them because the pain it caused them when they did go. But we have this new machine that we got from this guy. Amazing machine, and we also we get the machine to make the hair grow back too.
For real?
Yeah, like that's our next machine we're gonna buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been.
It kind of offensive that I point at me, but it's okay though. Continue.
But then you did,
Continue your promo though. Continue your promo.
Then you said you wanted the long
Dreadlocks, yeah, bro. I was trying to get dreadlocks,
dreadlocks.
but you didn't have to make it out in front of the people. But it's okay.
My bad. No, I just, but also, you know what I'm saying, we also getting that machine too. And I know, man, of course, you look at the internet and you see these guys trying to hold on. We can help those guys that's trying to hold on.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is.
Nah, that's me, bro. To be honest, that's me.
You trying to hold on?
To my hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I ain't trying
I don't feel like you're really trying to hold on, though. I feel like you okay with what you look like.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm talking about those guys that they look in the mirror, they like in the mirror like a female, like a woman, like they want to look cute. They want to look cute.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
We can hold with come shop with us. We can take care of you. You ain't gotta worry about that Donald Trump way.
You guys have a location that's from your house.
And we have a studio in the back of our house.
Okay.
So in the future, of course, we're gonna have we're doing big things just like everybody else.
Yeah, for sure,
bro,
for sure.
It's been an amazing journey, man. And I'm also working on some dope stuff for the city, basketball wise, to get back in the community with the kids that way. And in the mix of talking about those things right now, and it's gonna be big time, man. It's gonna be big time. I'm looking forward to always connecting with you more and doing some things together. Hopefully we can do some things together and we can use this platform to help grow the things that we're doing together.
For sure, of course, bro.
And yeah, man, I wish you nothing but the best, bro.
Yeah,
Always.
Bro. You know what it is, dog.
See you doing your thing, baby.
Bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. Thanks for coming on too.
I appreciate you having me, brother.
Yeah, bro. And as you guys know, this is episode 14 or 15, episode 14. As you guys know, this is episode 14 of Young Gifted Podcast. And you know we are filming in Oxenbo Barbershop. This is where the studio is. If you guys ever need a haircut, London's finest, Oxenbo Barbershop, located on the corner, Oxford and Richmond. You guys can come and check any of these skilled barbers. Just book your appointment if you don't want to wait, you know. Yeah, it's always good to have special guests here. And this week is especially good because I had a guest who I known for a while, but we never really get to sit down and talk. It was always like a in and out or how you doing and that kind of stuff. And it's good to see somebody else who trying to do their own thing. And somebody who I didn't even know was as creative as they are. Like I know he was creative with like music, but I didn't know it was to the extent of being that guy and like sitting and thinking in your thoughts. Because sometimes I feel like it's just me and my thoughts, you know? And yeah, but this is this was a really good conversation. You know, I didn't even want to end it if it wasn't this late.
No,
And if it wasn't so, I know most people are not going to sit down and listen to 2 hours. But I think it was a really interesting podcast. And yeah, bro. So thanks for coming on again.
Nah, anytime, bro. I'm right around the corner. Like I said, bro. You call me if you got some blank spots and you want to fill them in. Our conversation is going to be educational, fun, funny.
Yeah.
All that, you know what I mean? There's so much we can tap into that we really don't know yet with each other because we're still trying to figure each other out a bit. But once we get our camera, we'll open up a bit more and we'll get to know each other a little bit more, and you'll see that you're probably talking to one of your best friends.
For sure.
I'm that type of guy. I feel like you that type of guy too. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, appreciate you for hitting me up and having me here tonight.
Yeah, bro. Bro. We here. So this is Young and Gifted again. Thanks a lot for you guys tuning in, and just remember to comment, to share. You can message me and tell me topics that you guys want to hear about. Any area that you guys might need help in your life, I could find someone who could try to bring you guys clarity in that particular field. You know, tonight we had a really good conversation. I felt like we spoke about so much that I wouldn't know the topic until I go back and listen to it.
Right.
To see what topic that we could actually go with. But yeah, so thanks a lot for you guys being here. I'll see you guys next week.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah, bro, it was good.
Fire.
Bro,
I like this shit.